to the boot of Sutton, and it's big and it's drifting down and across for Chase Blair. Oh, good shot. That'll be Isaac, I think. Yeah, it's Isaac, the number 9. It's Luke by surname.
He was strong and he was a big defender, What's his nickname? Bully, wasn't it? Bully, and he played like a bloody bull.
Yeah, he was a little bit of a smart ass.
Yeah, the pest. I probably learnt it from him. He's probably the best at it.
On the field, he was a bulldog. He was tenacious. He was, for a little bloke, he could really give it to the big blokes if they tried to run at him. He used to pick them up.
Contact as well, but he's a helicopter.
But out of dummy half, his speed and his creativity, you know, for a few years there, he was the best. He was the best hooker going around for sure.
He changed the way hookers play the game. He was second to none out of getting out of hooker and making breaks, putting boys around him in the gaps. And yeah, his toughness was probably the toughest I've ever seen hooker. He'd take on blokes twice his size and usually come out on top. So.
Bang, look at that, right under the short rim. That's a terrific hit. That'll slow you down.
Like, he was just fast. He wasn't like a Cameron Smith, but he was just fast out of the blocks and just strong. So you needed to be on your game.
We call him the fifth brother, and we were all playing together. And you know, he's like one of our little brothers, and he's one of them blokes that would do anything for you.
Isaac Luke in there, dummy half, asking David Taylor, do you want it now? He goes himself! Ah, the will of the wisp! Houdini! It's over Isaac Luke! Little Isaac has gone over to score for the money!
Now he's playing out wide and Merritt through the middle. Something's about to happen to the Rabbitohs. Merritt went straight through them. Here comes Isaac Luke. He can hit, he can run, he can score a try as well.
My first year there, Isaac he would have won the Dally M, and he dislocated his shoulder at training, diving at Chrissy Sandale.
He was a very strong boy, you know, like he was, he always told us how he got his hardness from tackling goalpost. So that's the story that I think he ran with, that he was tackling goalpost every day.
Isaac used to always, he'd go down a screaming heap at training just to sort of give you a bit of a, you know, that was his little joke with you, make out he'd broken his leg or something. So I thought he was just, you know, he was just geeing me up again, but he wasn't on that occasion. He dislocated his shoulder and missed probably 6 weeks with that. And, you know, it really, as I said, I think it cost him a Dally M medal that season.
I was able to spend time with him also in the Kiwi team also, and it was such a, and he actually started growing on, becoming, when he got into that Kiwi system internationals, he started really taking the role into his own, and every time he came back from every test series, he became a better player. You could see him building towards that 2014 premiership year, but obviously it was disappointing for him that he was unable to play.
5 of them. Oh, Minicello again has been bombarded by Luke. Wearing that. Just inside the 30-metre line. They've used 3 tackles. There's Williams. And they pile him into the ground. Was it dangerous? Yes, it was.
He's a big part of our squad. You know, we can't control what goes on now, and in between now and then, you know, fingers crossed that he comes out the other side. But you know, we're going to prepare as if he's playing, and you know, we're just looking forward to a good day of training today.
Isaac's rubbed out.
Oh, I can't really comment on that. You know, he's a big part of our squad, and we'd love to have him there. You know, he's a part of our success this year, and you know, he'll be sorely missed if he's not there.
I always felt sorry he couldn't make that grand final because he played all year, and even though Appy had a big game in the grand final, and he's played good ever since. That was Isaac's jumper that day.
Probably the one main thing that you see about his character is how he handled himself with, you know, being suspended for the grand final, and it wasn't about him, and he just got on with it, and he made sure Appy was comfortable in his job, and you know, if he doesn't do that, you know, it can go a different way, and very, very unselfish of him in that time, which would have been a very tough time. It shows what he was all about, and he was all about the team.
We had this thing during the week, the NRL weren't going to let him be on the sideline because he was suspended. And of course, you know, in classic Richo fashion, there's a little bit of screaming and yelling and carrying on. But so we got on the sideline, you know, and then they didn't want him to go on the field afterwards to near the players. Much chance of that happening, that's flying in the air. So at the end of the day, you know, the Nines came along and he was in the Nines for the thing, and then of course the World Cup Challenge and that sort of stuff. So it was a bit of a reward for him. But more importantly, he thrived at it. But he was never a vociferous leader in the side, but he was always somebody that, you know, that led from the front. So, and when he did say something, people listened.
Are they going to score on this set? Here's Isaac Luke. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, missed the little fella. Yeah, he's definitely up there with the best.
Through Isaac looking for points. He finds them in South Sydney, ready to equalise.
As Luke it is, having a look, bobbing around down there and getting it over the line. And Luke puts a step on, puts the ball over the line. And 6 more, and Isaac Luke, he gets a ball from young Chris Sando and scores.